Shalom. Shalom, it's Brother Kashakwala, coming back at you with another lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Racha, Quadash. Give a double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who are well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. And today's lesson is going to be on pretty much Esau and the point where the Lord decided to take them down. Okay? So I'm going to jump right into it. Obadiah 1 verse 3. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's right. So we're going to get something real quick. See if I spelled, yeah, that's right. This is when you type in the word Caucasian, literally it says white-skinned, of Europe origin. It says relating to Caucasus or Caucasus. All right, so let's look that up. So if you're related to Caucasus, you're related to the Caucasus Mountains, which you can see right here. That's a good little picture of them. Zoom in real quick. All right, and you see where it's located over there in Georgia. That's why you have when you read in Revelation the 12th and the 20th chapter, it speaks about Esau having a short time, and their rulership will be for a short time. They were dwelling in the Caucasus Mountains, and in the Caucasus Mountains, or next to the Caucasus Mountains, you have Turkey, which in the scriptures would be like Asia Minor. Like I think up here would be where Pontus is, Galatia, all these. When you read, matter of fact, let's get it real quick just for edification purposes. When you read 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 1, okay, it says, Peter, an apostle of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia, to the strangers scattered. That's why you have James 1 and 1. To the 12 tribes scattered abroad, greetings. This was to the strangers scattered, which are Israelites, that were scattered in this particular area, which is modern-day Turkey, which all these that were named right here, Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia, were all located in Turkey. But to get back on a subject, in the Caucasus Mountains right here, north of Georgia, okay, north of Georgia, that's where Esau was pushed to, okay? That's where Esau was pushed to, and then came back down to this area to become what we know as the Ottoman Turks, okay? That was the inception of Esau starting to make their virus of wickedness across the entire planet. It started with the Grecians, of course. But back to Obadiah chapter 1 verse 3, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, though that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. We got that down, which is the Caucasus Mountains. That's why they call themselves Caucasians. And literally when you type in Caucasian, it says white skinned, but we know they're red. It says a white person, a person of Europe. Like, come on, man. Like, come on. You know? If you don't know who Esau is by now, you bugged. Okay? The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high. That's why they make skyscrapers and high-rise apartment buildings and condos and this, that, and the third. Go to New York. Go to any city, big city, Atlanta, Dallas. You got them high skyscrapers. That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's right. That's why in the first part it says, the pride in thy heart hath deceived thee. That's why they're saying, who shall bring me down to the ground? But we know who's going to bring Esau, the so-called white man, down to the ground. Okay? And this is the point of the lesson, because this verse 4 is a start of when Yahweh while Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Bashem Rakakwadash, this it started to bring him down when he did this act that we're about to read right here in verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as an eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring you down, saith the Lord Yahweh. All right. Thence will I bring you down once you set your nest among the stars. So when did he do that? Here's Sputnik, October 4th, 1957. This is from the Soviet Union or the USSR, which would be today as Russia. Okay, that's when they launched it. It was about the size of a beach ball. You can read about it. It says it about right there. The Soviet Union successfully launched Sputnik 1, okay, on October 4th. They even got the time. On October 4th, 1957 at 7:28 p.m. That's when the eyebrow of the Lord raised. Like, okay. You know what I'm saying? But the primary thing we want to focus on is when did America enter space? And this is in this day in history clip video where it says May 5th, 1961, the first American in space. Okay? Now let's type this in. When did America land on the moon? What they say land on the moon. 1969. That's a pivotal. We know that they didn't land on the moon because the moon produces its own energy or light. Therefore, they will be burnt to a crisp. Okay? It was fake. We all know that. Especially, with that flagpole thing. How's it? Stiff flagpole, all that. All that. We know it's fake. They didn't land on the moon. The Lord set a boundary to how far man can go into the atmosphere. Okay? It says in July 20th, 1969, the United States Apollo 11. And Apollo, that's a wicked deity. Apollo is a Greek god, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Is a Greek god, Salat. It says was the first manned mission to land on the moon, 20 July 1969. And what happened in 1969? Yahweh Bashem Yahushai put the truth out there. Okay? So he noticed when Obadiah 1 and 4 came about, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, in 1969, you can even take it back all the way in 1957, but this is America we're speaking about, okay? So in 1969, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So in 1969, this commenced. Hosea 6 and 5. Therefore I have hewed them by the prophets. I have slain them by my words of my mouth. By the words of my mouth. And my judgments are as the light that goeth forth. That's right. His word is like a light which is being shined in the dark, uncovering everybody's secrets. Okay? You could take this truth all the way back to the history of the apostles and elders on this earth today. From their teachers, you got Abba Bivens, King Mashal, High Priest Ariah, so on and so forth. Pay respect to those men because they taught the men that are teaching us. But that's when Hosea 6 and 5 started to take place, 1969. Therefore I have hewed them by the prophets. Who has he hewed? I'm applying this scripture, but we're hewing Esau down, pursuing to Hebrews 4 and 12. Let's get that real quick. Which says, Hebrews 4 and 12, for the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of the soul and spirit, in of the joints and marrow. So the Most High's word is so swift and strong. It cuts your spirit and it can cut you carnally. Okay? And is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. That's right. So we're hewing Esau down in that manner by using the words of the Lord. Therefore I have hewed them by the prophets. I have slain them by the words of my mouth. and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth. That's right. All right, just want to make a quick lesson on that. When Esau started to make his descend, okay, in his short time, because he's a Caucasian, which is a white-skinned person, and the way he acted, according to Obadiah 1:4, the Lord, in turn, put his words in the mouth of his prophets, and this truth has been flourishing ever since. You know. So another quick lesson. Of course, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. And Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. This is Brother Kasha Quala from the GMS Atlanta Church. And until next time, Shalom.